Hi and good morning. Today I'm going to do a little video on a technique used by watercolor artists that's called salting, okay? And I do this, I have done this year with my middle schoolers, but I haven't quite gotten to it yet with my primary kids, but it's super fun and it's easy and pretty much everybody has salt at home. So you will need a white piece of paper. It doesn't even have to be watercolor paper. Okay, it can just be white construction paper. That's what I have. That's all I have at home. Sea salt works the best, but if you don't have sea salt, then don't even worry about it,
Can I
okay?
use this kind of salt?
Yep, you can use this salt if you don't have sea salt. This works a little bit better, though. And then you'll need some watercolors. I have a great big old thing of it, but small watercolors will be fine. Okay, be careful with the water around the computer, please. Water and some brushes. Okay, here we go. So this is a technique that is called salting. I'm actually going to get out of the screen here and I'm going to move the camera down so that way you will be able to see the paper. All right, so go ahead, Rex, and move that down for me. Okay, I think, yep. All right, so I just have my piece of plain old construction paper here, and I've got my water. I need those paint. Okay, I will. All right, so you can see my watercolors here. There we go. Now, when you're using salting, you want to make sure that you use quite a bit of water. You can't do any sort of like dry brushing here. It's got to be quite a bit of water. And you work in little sections, okay? So I'm just going to go ahead and put some of my watercolor on here. I'm working in a small section. And then what I want to do is I want to just take a little bit of salt and just put it on. The key is that you can't go crazy. You can't over salt, okay? Every time you switch a color, I'm just going to clean my brush and dry it off. Okay, I got to add more water, switch to a different color. And see how the watercolor, I love this. This is one of the things that I absolutely love about watercolor is that they bleed together. I love that. I love that. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of this. Okay. Oh. When I'm cleaning my brush, I'm not tapping my brush anywhere because that gets dirty paint water all over the place. So I don't want to do that. And something else that's really cool that you can do with this project is that if you let it dry, you can use the paper as construction paper with your own design. So you could take this paper, you could turn it into cards, you could mail beautiful cards to people. Yeah. In my classroom, what we do with it is I actually end up cutting them out and making birds, like constructing a bird with them. It looks really, really, really neat. Rex, could you stop doing that while I'm filming the video? Thank you. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to do this little bit more section right here. And another thing that's kind of fun to do is that if you have somebody else in your house that could also make this, you can do like a little mix and match. So if you over salt, it's not going to work. If you under salt, it's not going to work. It's got to be just right. All right, so I'm going to hit pause for a second and let that dry. Okay, so my artwork is pretty much dry, but just to recap, you would need a cup of water and a watercolor brush, a piece of white construction paper, sea salt, or just standard regular old salt, and you have to have watercolor, okay? Acrylic and tempera will not work for this. And let me show you here really quickly what happens. So when the salt hits the watercolor, it kind of does its thing, and it makes these amazing explosions. They're so cool. So when this happens, make sure that you don't play, okay? You want to make sure that you just leave it alone. Don't swish your finger in it or your brush. Just kind of let it do its thing, and then it ends up looking really, really, really neat. And the darker you keep the watercolor, it's almost like the better it turns out, okay? If you don't put enough water in with your watercolor, it won't work, all right? So thanks, guys. Thanks for seeing me today, and see you later.